sector firm Pastoran Private Limited has delivered several non-lethal equipments to tackle the unprofessional Chinese army along the line of actual control.
ग्लव्स पहन के इसे सिंपली इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं.
China has tested a nuclear-capable hypersonic missile in August 2021 that circled the globe before cruising towards its target, but it missed its target by 30 miles. Interestingly, Russia had recently arrested the head of a research institute that specializes in hypersonic technologies on charges of treason, who had passed secret information related to hypersonic research to a foreign agent. French aircraft manufacturer Dassault Aviation will send its Rafale marine fighter jet to India in January 2022 to showcase its ability to carry out a ski jump, which is a crucial takeoff capability to operate from the Indian aircraft carriers. The Rafale Marine will not take off from the Indian aircraft carrier during the showcase, but from the shore-based test facility at INS Hunza in Goa. The Indian Navy chief had said last year that the MiG-29K will be operated from both INS Vikramaditya and INS Vikrant, and to replace the MiG-29K, the Navy have taken up a case for the multi-role carrier-borne fighters which might be pursued under a joint acquisition with the Indian Air Force. The Indian Air Force chief had said recently that the Air Force will be going ahead with 114 MRFA fighter jet acquisition instead of just 36 Rafale fighters. If the Indian Navy selects the Rafale Marine, the total order for Rafale fighter jet by both the services will be around 171 units, and France has already offered to shift 70% of the assembly line for Rafale fighters under Make in India with full transfer of technology. On the question that the Rafale Marine does not have foldable wings like the FA-18, an official has said that the lift of INS Vikrant can accommodate all aircraft, and the mere fact that both the French and American companies are eager to offer their aircraft means that they have taken into account various measurements. All discussions on the project are happening internally within the Navy, and any move to proceed further will depend on what the companies have to offer in terms of cost, including life cycle costs and upgrades in the future. A number of Indian companies have shown their interest to supply day sights for the Dragunov sniper rifles of the Indian Army, that includes Bharat Electronics Limited, Star Aerospace, and Stumpswell Lewis Machine Tools Private Limited. For the thermal imaging weapon sight requirement for Teva rifles of Indian Army, Indian companies that have shown their interest includes the Bharat Electronics Limited, Ozark Technologies Private Limited, Tata Group and Star Aerospace. The Indian Army will also be procuring helmet-mounted camera from the private sector firm Star Aerospace, while Bharat Electronics Limited will supply the high-resolution digital spotter scope for sniper with camera to the Indian Army. Indian Army has deployed the Heron Mark II drones to keep an eye on the Chinese activities along the line of actual control in the highly sensitive northeastern sector. India had signed a lease agreement for 2 Heron Mark II drones in January 2021, and the Heron Mark II can climb up to 30,000 feet and has an endurance of 30 hours, and it relays real-time feed to commanders on the ground, that helps to maneuver forces on the ground accordingly. The 11th P-8I long-range maritime reconnaissance anti-submarine warfare aircraft of the Indian Navy has taken off from Boeing Defense facility in the US, and it comes installed with encrypted communication systems, since India has signed the COMCASA agreement with the US. The French defense and aerospace company Thales has announced that it will be investing over $1.2 billion in India's drone space, and a significant part of this investment will range from manufacturing to traffic management and also countering rogue UAVs.